What's going on, people? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Welcome to Derby City Sports Review Show. Yours truly, Will I Am in the building with Will and T Rock. What's going on, sir?
No, not much, man. Just come back from a lovely place in the United States and feeling good.
Yeah. You was gone for a minute, man.
Yeah,
Like I said,
South Beach
I
was nice.
I didn't think you was coming back, so I'm glad that
They
you was
won't.
able to, make it back safely and all that
Yes,
kind of
sir.
stuff. And we know that you can't really share too much stuff because it is it is what it is.
I,
That
can-
that might be for
I can say I went down.
subscribers only.
Exactly. I can tell you this. I went down there for the Gadget Repair Expo. That was the original time. It was Wednesday and Thursday, and I stayed till Sunday.
You still
We'll
didn't
leave
tell
it
them
at
where?
that.
Did you tell them where you went at?
What was that? For
You
the
didn't
Gadget
tell.
Expo?
Yeah,
Yeah, Miami, South Beach.
South Beach, South Beach.
Man,
Yes,
Lord have mercy.
that's all you gotta say. You got, I used to say it. I
I'm not go. I'm
my
not going
go
into detail.
to my go to is this. And I remember the first time I went down there with Brian and Gavin and let me see. You didn't go down there with us. I'm surprised you didn't go down on with us.
I remember when y'all went though.
Yeah, Ron with us with everything too. I would say this, and I say, and this was years ago. That was years ago. I tell
Hmm.
people all the time, nothing but beautiful women, men, everything. The only ugly people there are the tourists. That's it.
Yep.
That's
People
it.
from all over the world are there. I heard so many different languages. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. Hey, but like I said, I'm glad you made it back.
Yes,
I hope
sir.
the mothers had a great Mother's Day. So, also, like we said Thursday, we said again, Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. And I hope you had a good one and a safe one, all that good stuff like that. You want to know where to find us? Go ahead and look at the bottom of the screen. You see what the deal is. Go ahead. Welcome to 54 Sports Network. You see it. It'll be scrolling throughout the show, our platform, so you can listen to us, you can watch us, you can donate. Our sponsors, Mile Wide Bird Company, 502 Corvette, big time Mile Wide with the woo upside down. Love it, love it, love it, love
Sure.
it, big time. So make sure you go ahead and show them love. Go on their platforms and see what they're going to, what they're about, and take a trip down there and have some good libations and stuff like that. Don't forget also today, Monday being that get to vote for the kiddos, the players of the week, softball and baseball players of the week. Go ahead and vote for them. Kind of narrow it down. It's kind of, and I love it though. We kind of narrow it down. There's only four in each category, and we'll be doing that when football season come back around and everything else. So they get a little bit tight grip. So you're gonna have to do something to catch our eye, or you can nominate. Now, when it's just four, that nomination may not mean that the student athlete is gonna get seen or be on the nominated on the poll. But go ahead and don't forget, the winners is coming from Facebook and X. So it is what it is on that one. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Something that we kind of talked about earlier last week, and I want to bring this up because the Don and I was talking about it, and it came to light. Wait a minute, not that one, not that one. It came to light. There we go. Louisville at Cincinnati in 2025, and then they return it at Freedom Hall in 2026. Man, this schedule, bro. This is so much Denny Crum like. I mean, are we still gonna see the little small schools? Because I mean, we're talking about almost everybody who's in driving location or proximity is on this, man. How you feel about this upcoming schedule? Because Hurd and Kelsey is rocking and rolling.
I love it. Now, it's they're trying to do well. Not I guess not trying. They have done something so different, right? That from years past, from the Ricky P times and all that stuff, those things existed, right? Your rivalries and all that existed, and to bring them back in the fashion that they're doing is remarkable. You know what I'm saying? They know how nostalgic Louisville fans are.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this rivalry here back, when they, Huggins and he had a bunch of grown
Woo.
thugs on the team, and you know what I'm
Woo.
saying? And your Kenyon Martins and your Danny Fortsons and
Woo.
Melvin Levins and all these
Yeah,
dudes, you
the
know what I'm saying? They
helicopter. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it just these
Satterfield.
yeah, man, it
Re-
was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm excited for all this. You know what I mean? I'm excited now. Obviously, I won't be so excited if we lose, but I'm excited at the premise of
Mhm.
of this rivalry. Very
Right.
excited. Well done, sirs.
And you see where the ACC is talking about how they basically cutting 2 games out of the 20 games so you can play somebody, I guess, get some more. But and that's just a backlash from what happened in the season. Talking about they ain't beat anybody, so give them opportunity to play some teams and win. And I don't think everybody's going to do this because you're talking about Tennessee, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Memphis, Indiana. Wow.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I don't think everybody's gonna follow that because even and like you said, Ricky P was blessed with it because most of them was in the conference. Because Ricky
right,
P and I thought that Ricky P was going to schedule more of those games like that, and he didn't. It was like Kentucky, and you had to have that. Once in a while, you may have somebody else, Indiana. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know,
right.
then he said, "Let's go to UCLA, bro. Let's go. I don't care."
Yeah,
Let's play
yeah.
Texas. Let's play whoever. I don't care. So I love that. And I'm sure they're gonna sprinkle in the Bellamans and the EKUs and
Oh yeah,
they
absolutely.
get Weston on there. Let's go ahead and get a piece of that too. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
get a piece of that
Yeah,
too.
throw Speedster on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, it's phenomenal, man. It's they're basically making up for years of suckiness.
Woo,
You know what I'm saying? And doing this the correct way.
woo. Like I called it last week, we've been in the black hole. We've been there.
Hmm.
And so I see it. So nah, man, congratulations on that. Also, I don't have it on here, but I see that Walls went ahead and got another player
Who
from
to get?
overseas. I'm not even gonna
Oh,
mess her name up. 6'3", post player who's like 20 years old, played in the league and that kind of stuff like that.
I
Uh,
have to look at that.
yeah, well, and the thing about it is, and y'all, how we get into discussing this. Um, do we do we always gotta get the 6'3" ones? Because my thing is this: Hardy 6'4", she's on the bench. She was a freshman. We got Grace, who's coming in from Danville Christian, who's 6'5", 6'4", 6'5". And I think you got another one. But the thing about it is, you got to play them. Most of our tall bigs are just sitting on that bench and they end up transferring. So people like, oh, that's good. Man, I don't know, bro. Like, I, I, I would love to see the breakdown. You know how they always do the men about the NIL and all that stuff. I would love to see
Right.
the breakdown of all, how they do the men, the women, how much people spend, and I would love to see how much Louisville spend.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
and I understand you gotta have the money to do it, but I don't know oh my gosh, what's going on?
I can't pronounce her name.
Yeah, yeah,
And her last name looks to be Putra.
yeah.
That's all I can say.
Well,
She's from, yeah, Ukraine. Ukraine.
let's hope she ain't putrid.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. But yeah, man, I understand. Yeah, getting them the last successful big post she had was your girl came from Syracuse, Angsler.
She was 6'1". Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the last good post player he had, and she
Well,
played post.
she played wing though.
Well, she
On
played wing, but
defense,
she could post him
on
up.
defense, she was in there blocking shots.
Right.
To me, I don't. The last post he had, goodness gracious, I don't know, dude. He's all on them 6'2s, 6'3s. I don't think Vales. I know Vales
I
was
was gonna,
6'5". She was
I
six
was gonna
five,
say
six
who's
four.
who's starting before Cochran got there.
Shit.
I can't remember. It's right there on the tip of my tongue, and I cannot remember who it is. Played with Dana and them. Oh God, it'll come to me.
Yeah, well, hey, we'll see. Like I said, I like to see a rundown of that. I like to see how much money is actually being spent on that, so we can see if this
Not a
is.
lot.
So we can see if this. Hell, not because a lot of them is the visa, working visa, and they don't get that pay. So
But I
should
will
be.
give him. We can. This is probably a bad thing to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The money he is saving is probably going to trying to keep all them damn freshmen he had on the team year one. Because other than Arenas, I think he's kept all of them.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? So yeah. So let's use that money, give them a little more money, so they'll stay. And you'll have a good sophomore class, and we'll see how that's going to work out.
yeah. You gotta get with the times. You gotta get with the times because it's moving quickly. All right, let's get into some NBA basketball. What's going down in this? Let's see. Yeah, Pacers race past Cavs, takes 3-1 lead. Donovan Mitchell hurt his ankle, aggravated his ankle, and warming up for the second half. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is what it is.
Done, done.
Cavs are done, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. When those three starters was out in game two, and Donovan and them, and that broke their back because they was leading the whole game. The whole game they was leading, and Donovan threw up 40 something, 48 or something crazy, and they turned the ball over like they was in high school. They couldn't get the ball in. They couldn't get the rebound off the free throws. All kind of elementary stuff. Not blocking out anybody. This is over with. This is over with, and it comes to the time, man. I understand you want to stand on your own, do what you got to do. It comes a time when you want to realize, hey, am I trying to win a championship, or I'm just trying to be Barkley? And I love Barkley. So to me, it's almost like you need to start scouting and looking around and maybe get with Detroit or some young team that needs a two guard something, because I don't see it with the Cavs. And while these other teams are they didn't have the 60 wins and stuff, but they play better to me as a team. I don't know, bro. Pacers is good, legit. They race you off the floor, man. They don't play
Absolutely.
games. They'll score 150 if you let them. They don't care. Can you keep up? And so the Cavs pride themselves on that. But your bench, bro, and I love some, even though they Virginia Who's, Hunter and Ty, but when Ty and them got in there, they was, man, get up out of here, dude. Like, you not ready for this. And this is the first playoff. So, what's your thoughts on the Cavs, Pacers, and this all that crap that I threw together?
Well, basically, I watched this game until I just wanted to stop watching it. Yeah, it was a sad thing to
Ugly.
see. Donovan Mitchell is like the Lamar Jackson of the NBA. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Get to the playoffs and then lose.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Uh, and which is crazy because you earned, like Lamar, you earned your way to your seed in, you know what I'm saying, for the playoffs. And then
Right.
you get there, okay, and then you're almost there, you know what I'm saying, at least, Eastern Champion, and then you shit the bed. You know, it's
Shit.
we gotta do better, man. He gotta do better. Now I'm not saying he should leave. But what I am saying is you gotta get maybe one more person to help, because I don't dislike the team. I just don't think that team is formed in a way for playoff NBA basketball. Regular season, yes. Playoffs, no. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
But
They need one more guy.
you better go get LeBron. He's the only player starter all star that's gonna come by. Ain't nobody going Cleveland. That's
And
the
even
problem.
hell, Cleveland, we don't want LeBron no more.
But I'm saying nobody wants to go there either. You know what I'm saying? Like most of these
Right.
dudes, most of these dudes been drafted.
Right.
are low level free agents. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Donovan was a big fish they got, and they got some young talent. I mean, I love the bigs. You know what I'm saying? Mobley, Allen, I love that. But like you said, they're missing. They're really like because Donovan, we know he's a shooting guard, but he's the point guard. He's a combo out there, and Darius
Hmm.
is too, right? But your Strus is out there, and Merle, and I mean, come on, bro. Like you need somebody that can get you a bucket besides them two. And
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's in the draft. Maybe, but hell, I don't know who you getting because you got the best record and get ready to go home early. He's never been out of this round.
Right. They need a better, because I think they got one, but they need a better stretch four.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think that would make the difference.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to get rid of one of those bigs.
They don't have to.
They're going to have to get it. If you want a caliber, if you want somebody to come in and slide Mobley either at the five or keep Allen at the five and get Mobley out there, you got to do
Yeah.
because like I said, these young teams you can see it, dude. They're growing and they getting some players and and it's like and no one feared Cavs going into
No.
nobody feared them. So like you said, it was great for regular season. It's just looking sloppy, getting beat by 30 and down by
Mhm.
50 and all kinds of stuff. Other game yesterday, Thunder bounced back, defeats Nuggets to even the series 2-2. This is probably, excuse me, is like the best series, really, because they go back and forth with this one 2-2. Everybody thought that pretty much the Thunder was the best team, and they still are. I mean, they can still be the best team. You're just playing a championship quality team. That I mean, our team that's got champions on there. That's not gonna, because everybody's used to that. We're gonna run them out. Yeah, they had that game that they just blew the brakes off. But it's like, hey, we already won. We already won one.
Right.
That's all we got to do. Let's focus. But 2-2, can the Nuggets do what they need to do to bring it back with a chance to win it? Because I don't know. At Game 7 is always different. We know the refs um, call it different. You know what I'm saying? And we also know that the role players, the bench players, play better at home. I don't care which team it is, they play better on at home. So if you're the Nuggets, you need to go in and get this one, and then kind of end it because I don't know. But great series, man.
Yeah.
And it containing Joker and Gordon's really been balling. Shea does Shea things. I don't know, man. This is a great series. What's your thoughts on this series, man?
It's actually, I mean, it's been a great series. It's been really good games. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's actually gotten out so far ahead of somebody else. And if they had, it's always a rolling comeback. You know what I'm saying? It's just good basketball right here. This gives this series gives me hope in NBA. It really does because it's really good basketball. It's not like you're gonna look at these two teams and be like, okay, this team we already know who's gonna win this series, right?
Right.
Actually, and I think that a lot about I thought that same way, what I'm saying, with the previous game with the Cavs, you know what I mean? And the Pacers, like I said, like I told you, was it a couple weeks ago? This is we're seeing the new guard come in and start to do things now, and I'm really enjoying this. And now you got new guard against, what I'm saying, new-ish guard,
Right. Right.
and going at it, man. And it, I mean, these games have been fantastic.
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying watching these games, and I'm really not the NBA guy, but these games have been fantastic.
This is when it counts. This is
Yeah,
we see all that buffoonery in the regular season. This is when it counts. This is when you got people play defense and ball out. This is it. This is you trying to play
that's
for
it.
championship and win a championship. So this is what it's all
Yep.
about. But like you said, this is a good one, big time. Right now, we got Celtics at the Knicks. Knicks up 2-1. Actually, 83-81 with 2:34 left. Knicks is the claw their way back like always. Celtics, man, if you told me that the Celtics may be down 3-1. I'm like, nah, bro, nah. But the thing about it is that when you dive into these teams, Tatum, Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Like because Brunson can. Don't get me wrong. They got Brown who can roll and all this kind of stuff. You got Cat. You know, Cat might give you 25 and 18. You know, this right here. The thing about it is that you have a team that has absolutely really no bench. In the
Right.
Knicks, they have a very few. You know, Mitchell Robinson comes in there. He can't hit a free throw to save his life. You know, and then the Celtics, you got Pritchard. You know,
Yeah.
Porzingis is coming in and off now because he's been hurt, and that's different. But I mean, and they know each other. You know, they hate each other. They know each other. This is another good one. This is another good one on this one. And if the Knicks, man, we ain't gonna see we Spike Lee gonna be across everybody's monitor, dancing, and he might make another movie. He might. I don't know. For Netflix.
You know, do the right thing too.
Yeah, straight from the garden. All this stuff. What's your thoughts on this series, man?
Oh man, I tell you what, man. The Knicks. Okay, let me start here. Thibodeau is a defensive coach.
Yes, he is.
That's the difference in
Yes,
this
he is.
game. You have talented players on the team. Don't get me wrong, but Tibbs is a defensive guy. You know what I'm saying? You don't play defense, you just don't play.
Right, that's true.
Again, and that is the difference in this series. They are D'ing these dudes up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna touch you, we're gonna push you, we're gonna do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? Get through these screens, whatever it takes. But we're gonna D you up. So regardless, you know what I'm saying, the Celtics are gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? It's just the Knicks' chance to get more. That's
Right,
all it is.
right.
Plain and simple. Tibbs is a defensive guy.
We actually have an opportunity, a chance to see the Pacers versus the Knicks, Eastern Conference Final.
Lord have mercy.
And I don't think no one saw that.
Mm-mm.
Nobody, for real, for real. Hey,
Nobody.
it is what it is. Hey, let's get it. I'm all for it. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
You know. T was 5-point favorite at the Warriors. Minnesota is up 2-1. Curry's still out with the hamstring. He might as well call it night night. Done. This is the first time he's suffered that kind of injury, and that's a tricky one. I don't see you coming back in a week. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, granted, we know they got the best doctors and trainers, but that's not gonna look well. I don't know what the hell they talking about. Um, Ant, do your thing. Ant struggled in the first two games. You know what I'm saying? Then he went off the last game. I think 36 or something like that. T Wolves just you can just see them. Last year when they went to the Western Conference Final. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, what can we do? And it's almost like they got kind of bored. Like, hey, we with her, we got to get back here. It's opening up. It's opening up for them to play OKC, the Nuggets, and let's go, let's roll. So, Warriors, if they win tonight, I am so tired of the picture of, we need Jimmy to do this. Jimmy and Draymond is not that dude, bro. He wasn't that dude when he was 10 years ago. He's not that dude now, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's the old man out there, and he's a liability, big time. And he's just trying to get tech so he can get thrown out. It is what it is, bro. So really, Jimmy Buckets is by himself. Period. What's your thoughts on this series, man?
Uh, it's I'm gonna keep saying this. Changing of the guard. That's what this is. It's the Warriors had their time. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
and
did.
it was good. It was a good time. It was a good time. You know what I mean, they beat up on some teams really bad, and what I'm saying, Splash Brothers is no longer a
Splash
thing.
Brothers.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Draymond, like you said, he's the enforcer. He does what he's got to do down low and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, people think he's an angry black man.
Oh Lord. I
I
was
don't think
like,
it's an error, man. I
I
just
was,
think, you know,
I was like, what are we doing now? What are we just saying?
yeah. Apparently he's speaking to somebody that I am unaware of.
Everybody,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, with the arms flailing and the kicks and all that stuff,
not
to try
him.
to tell, yeah, to try to tell me you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not a fool. But anyway, yeah, just changing the guard, man. It's doing its thing. The Warriors were crap for years,
years,
years. I
years.
mean, as long as I can remember.
Only
And
time
then
I,
and then,
when they had Richmond and them and Tim Hardaway
yep, yep, and that,
and Chris
and
Mullins.
yeah, and they oh shit, they were good,
That didn't last long
but
though.
no, it didn't last long at all. You know what I'm saying? There was no legacy built. You know what I'm saying? At least they have legacy, and that's you can live off that for a little while. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Because you're gonna
they
have
got
to
them
Warriors
championships.
gonna have Warriors gonna have to retool the whole team.
Oh yeah,
Uh, as far as the Timberwolves are concerned, yeah, man, these young cats, especially Ant, man, the guy Lee. You know what I'm saying? They are poised to do some big things. You know what I'm saying? And they're still a big, long, tall team.
oh yeah, oh yeah. McDaniel's, Gobert, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, Nas Reed. You know what I'm
Julius,
saying? Yeah, they're long as hell. So you know, it's just a matter of time. And if Steph's out hurt, hamstring, they don't stand a chance. Yeah,
done, 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 done.
yeah.
Yeah,
Steph already throwing up stuff anyway.
yeah, yeah. Well, when you got all them championships, you can just, it's like it
Yeah.
is what it is. He rocked and roll this past summer when he won the gold. You know what I'm saying? When he did his thing. So it's like
You know
that was
that.
that was the icing on the cake. Your career has already been great. Now you did that. You won that gold. Hey, bro, like, hey, ain't nothing else you can do.
I didn't even play Halliburton. Come on, man. Stop.
Yeah, well, hell, you remember he had Anna on the bench. Steve Kerr was doing some, yeah. So Ant's trying to, go out and give him 40, give him 40, give him 40. Speaking of giving 40, the Mavs win the NBA draft lottery, 1.8% odds. So we're gonna see Flag, Kyrie, and AD. Now this is the thing that looks good. That looks great on paper. But we are talking about AD and Kyrie who are always hurt. Always hurt. We know Mr. Glass is definitely, and Kyrie ain't too far from him. If they stay healthy, and then like how many, I don't even know how many more years they have. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie and AD. But Flag, hey, I hear you, bro. And you had so many teams that tanked on purpose, trying to get this. Trap, 1.8 odds, bro. And they got it. Was this the God saying, hey, since Nico got rid of Luca, we bring in Flag. Here you go. Shut up, Dallas Maverick fans. Now you got Flag.
Exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. I was just like, oh my God, somebody got paid because there was some extra balls in there, something. Because that's crazy. Dog. That is crazy.
It's an extra
That it
balls.
just so happened. It just so happened to fall like that. Um, I personally think that although I think Flag is a great player, you know, what I'm saying transformational player, I don't know if he's not going to get the feel of the NBA game until later in the season, right? Because when you get on a team, well, I guess you know, I'm saying you're going to go to the Mavs, you've got to find your place, right?
Right.
These other cats, these older cats, is going to, you know, what I'm saying, all right, this is what we need you to do, or this young dude, this 18-year-old kid is finna take my job. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there's a lot of other things going on in the locker room. I don't know how effective he'll be in the beginning. I think
Right.
as he gets used to the game, the physicality and things like that of the game, I think he'll be a lot better player. I just don't know how big his impact is going to be. I mean, even year one.
And that has a lot to do with is Kyrie gonna be healthy? Is
Uh,
AD gonna be healthy? Because when you look at that roster, it is garbage. So he's gonna be thrown. If those dudes ain't there to help him, he's gonna have to. He's got to do some stuff. And it's crazy because as I look at his game, just thinking about his game, and it's like, can he run point forward? Is he gonna be, is he just gonna be a wing guy like Chris Braun? Even though he's better than him, you know what I'm saying? Longer, taller, athletic, shoot better, all that kind of stuff. Like he's gonna have to have. I don't know what his role's gonna be. Like you said, I don't know, and I don't think they do.
Yeah. No.
Because if Kyrie got the ball, you know what he gonna do. Are you ready to set some screens or what we doing?
You know what?
That's the thing. I don't know. I'm just playing it in my head. Like, at Duke they let him do everything. He and to me, he still wasn't smooth with it. Because to me, the way they talking about him, you expect his game to come through like Cade Cunningham. Even though we know Cade struggled his first year, so we can't, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same Cade, but you expect him to be like that. How Cade is playing, that's what you expect. And I don't know. And it may take, like you said, the whole, end of the season or next year, because I don't know if he can control that ball like that.
Right. Man, you got ball hawks out there, man. You playing with grown men. You know what I'm saying? And this is not something you playing once or twice, and you know what I'm saying. You get to go back to college or whatever. This is every
Right.
night.
Every
You know what I'm
night.
saying? Every night you wake up, you're going to play that game every day. You're going to go play grown men who want to put you on your behind. You know what I mean? So we'll see
Trying to feed that family, man.
yeah, we'll see how he reacts.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's definitely going to be a good one without.
Yeah.
Speaking of a good one, Giannis said he's tired of the shit. He's tired, man. Giannis said, "Hey, thank you, Bucks." And we knew that this after he won that championship in Milwaukee. You know how hard it is to win it in Milwaukee. Lou
Yes.
Alcindor and them was the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like, did
Mhm.
you hear what I said? Lou Alcindor, my man Kareem was going by Lou Alcindor then. That's how long it is. That's how tough it is to win this. And he's like, and I don't blame him, dude. I gave y'all a championship. Now it's time for me to go ahead and,
Yeah,
hey, what would you like to see him, bro? What would you like to see Giannis, bro?
that's a good one because wherever he goes, that team's have to give up some shit, give up some
Oh
stuff.
yeah, but see, he's a free agent.
Right.
I think he's restricted.
I,
So I mean, I'm with you. I think they're gonna have to, try to make it work, get some people up or whatever. But go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, because it's hard for me to see. I guess since he's been in Milwaukee so long in a big marketplace, you know. I mean, he's now again. This is probably beyond what they actually need, but he's the kind of that's what we talked about with the Cavs, that stretch four that they kind of need now. Obviously, the Cavs are going to have to give up a lot to get that.
Ooh,
But I mean, if you can build around Donovan and Giannis,
that may not be bad though. Give up one of those bigs, and give up
I
Hunter. You know what I'm
Hunter,
saying?
maybe another guard because it's
By
definitely going to
tie,
come up.
by tie, by tie,
Yeah.
Jerome, by tie,
Hey,
Jerome, whoever. Shoots,
you
Ty,
got
Jerome, Merrill, all three of y'all, plus either Allen or Mobley. I mean, why not?
why not?
Why not? I like that. I like that. You need to.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what I see because I don't see him as a big market guy. So I'll probably say Cleveland is
Well,
where I
I
like to see.
I like to see. My thing is this is not a big market, but it's got big championships. What if he goes down there with Wimby?
Ooh wee, ooh wee,
You ain't getting nothing in that paint.
nothing,
Nothing at all, bro.
nothing. You got
Only thing that scares me is that you don't have Pop. Pop, hell of a coach. I don't know about this Mitchell guy, and we're gonna find out because our Johnson guy, whatever, the new coach. We're
Hmm.
gonna find out soon. They're not gonna play games. You know, he talking about somebody who done won five championships, and they got Wimby, who you need to have at least. He needs to get about 2 to 3 of them championships. Dude is
Yep.
one. He's no one can guard him, bro. Like for real. Like you need to surround him with people, and people want to come and play. You got Fox. Let's don't forget Fox is down there. So it's like, hey, Giannis. I mean, Giannis truly because it's not really that many big markets. Let's put it that way. So I'm going off what you said, right? It's not really that many, but it's so many teams that if he's okay with sharing that ball, that it will work out. Now that's the whole thing, you know. Because remember when he first came in, he wasn't doing no trying to do no triple doubles and shit. He was just dunking and all that. Now he's trying to handle it. We gonna need you back on the block, bro. We don't need you doing all that stuff. Now, if you can go ahead and change it like that, it's gonna work out. But if you trying to be that one man gun again, then you need to stay in Milwaukee.
Well, yeah, yeah, man. He's gonna have to change his game up as according to the teams
Oh
you
yeah,
know, the team that he decides to go. You know what I'm saying? And which actually would be good for him at the same time because he doesn't have to do as much.
right.
You know what I mean?
Save years on your
Yeah.
career. That's the whole thing we try to do. LBJ,
Right.
but LBJ wanted to go ahead and still run everything. They got his replacement this year, and he's still trying to control it.
Yeah.
And
That's
he
what
and
he
he's
does. That's what he
and
does.
he's playing until he's 50. He's playing his 50.
Exactly.
Woo wee. MJ will join NBC NBA's coverage as a contributor next year. You know what I picture? I picture. I picture. There's two things I picture. What's up, Shannon? What's up, Dion? Good evening. Two things I picture with MJ. First, you're gonna let him have his bourbon on the show. My guy eyes are always red, bro. Always. MJ go hard, bro. He goes hard, like for real. He got his bourbon and his cigars and he's rolling. You're gonna have to let him be him, the greatest. What you gonna tell him no? You gonna tell him no? No, you ain't gonna tell him no. And is he gonna get on there start talking about people are weak as hell? Like who? I mean, Kobe, rest in peace, ain't playing no more. LeBron James better get out because he gonna. I mean, how do you tell him shut up? You can't do that. Be quiet. You can't go that way, Mike. How can you tell the greatest not to give an opinion on saying player? And it needs to be respectful. It probably doesn't because TNT let them go any which way. But this is NBC. This ain't TNT.
Hmm.
TNT let them go. Let them they talk about people's mamas and all kinds of stuff. NBC is not gonna let him do that. But how do you tell him, T Rock, MJ, you're doing too much? And then how much is he
You don't.
making? How much is he making?
Yeah. You don't tell him. You let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're in a new age of TV. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna here's what I'm looking forward to seeing. If he when he's on as a contributor and then somebody brings up who's the greatest stuff again.
Mm.
Him, LeBron, Kobe, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. I want to see the look on the man's face when he's on national television and that debate comes up. As of course he's going to say he is, right? Of course he's going to say it. I
It might be in
just
his
want to see the
contract.
look on his face.
It might be in his contract. Don't ask me no silly shit like that.
And he'll probably say just that too. Don't ask me no silly.
Next,
Come on,
next,
y'all.
next.
Y'all,
Come on, bro. Next.
I don't know why we having this conversation, man. I don't get paid to do all this. I get paid
What
to talk about other people.
what would he say when they ask him about the Bulls? That wasn't a great exit. will he
Mhm.
even talk about the Bulls? You know what I'm saying? As far as the current game, like, will he? I'm not speaking about them. And when they bring up, man, your ownership, dude, you was a horrible owner. Like, there's so many things that's
Yeah.
gonna be very interesting.
Right. Now I don't know how deep because of his coworkers this is going to get.
I don't even know who his
Now,
coworkers are.
I don't either, but I don't imagine it will get terribly deep. I do believe though, you know what I'm saying, that somebody's going to have the gall and the chutzpah
You better.
to say hey and talk about, you know what I'm saying, the greatest, have that greatest conversation with him. Because they've had it with Kobe, they've had it with LeBron.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what else they're gonna say too. How come you didn't
What's
let
that?
Isaiah Thomas get play on the Olympics? Hey man, they're gonna give it to him, bro. They're gonna give it to him.
Yeah.
Hey,
He said
you
that.
heard?
I ain't said that in the documentary. I ain't talking about that no more.
Like, come on. We need it. We need it. Watch it. Watch it. And what's up with you and Pip?
Right.
What's up with you and
Oh
Pippen?
yeah, yeah.
Pippen said you
Yeah, that's
never. Pippen said you guys never went out had dinner together. Like never.
yep.
God bless Pippen. I used to love Pippen, but man, we get to the sour grapes in our lives. You sour grapes, baby. I mean, you got them championships. You
Yeah.
made plenty of money. Um, let it roll, bro. You're top 50 of all time player. Yeah, you know damn well that LeBron ain't better than him, but you want to keep on saying silly stuff. But it is, but that's his opinion. But
Yeah.
most people with their teammate, they don't go there. So it's some love hate stuff going on.
Yeah, there's definitely some love hate stuff going on. Definitely. But he's
Bring him on up.
ha- yeah. That's one of those before the game specials.
The sit down.
He'll sit down, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna sit there with his cards and stuff and ask him questions and stuff, and
We had a sit down
Pip is gonna be
questions
like,
with Pip.
I don't like you.
You
I
get on
don't
my
like you.
nerves. You get on my nerves. I
Yeah,
hate you, bro. I hate you. Like,
yeah.
get out of here.
I
Nah.
think part of I think a lot of that had to do with that documentary too, though,
Oh yeah, because
because I think he felt disrespected.
well, I mean, could he had a bigger role, bigger thing? Of course. But like the name of the show, nobody remembers second.
Yep,
I mean, you're
true
very
enough.
fortunate. You're very fortunate. You're very fortunate. And very fortunate. Let's rock and roll. Let's our last topic of the day. Let's get into it. Carr retires. Time is now for Shuck, man. What's is he
Hmm.
ready? I mean, because that that quarterback room with Rattler and then somebody else and Shuck, like they pick you second round, you got opportunity. Opportunity. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see. Yeah, yeah.
I think
Go ahead.
I think so. No, I think he's ready. I obviously you got to learn the book, which is not a huge thing. But I believe he is ready to play the game. Now, um,
What you got
I
wrong,
heard.
man?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to have my tongue go back like that.
They get
Just right in my mouth.
you see
I'm
Don.
sorry. I was looking for him. Don't
Uh,
I ain't gonna lie. I was looking for him, but but I was listening to radio this morning, and I heard they had CL Brown on,
I like him. He's
and
cool.
I like CL.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like him.
and he wasn't a big fan of Tyler Shucks starting. And the reason why he wasn't, he said, is because the NFL's quick to alienate you especially if you don't play well, right? You're already going in there as a 24, well, 25. I guess it'd be 26 when the season starts.
Woo, Lord, Jesus.
Yeah, rookie,
Woo.
and you get this clock, and you know what I mean. It's just like people are going to already just go in there and have a couple bad games, and you're done as far as with the fans and
Oh
things
yeah.
of that nature. So he's not a big fan of that. Does he think he should play? I mean, yeah, eventually, but he doesn't know if he's ready to actually get out there and start. I think it's going to be a question of the playbook at this point, right? Who's going to learn the playbook best? And Rattler was there last year, wasn't he?
Yep. He was there. He
So
got a
he,
leg up on that.
yeah, he's got a leg up. But they also have a new coach. So I'm sure there's new schemes and new things like that. So it's almost an even playing field, but I don't think Kellen Moore would have. I think Kellen Moore plucked him,
Oh yeah,
chose him.
this is guy. I mean, he
This is my guy.
has yeah, he has every opportunity to start.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. This is my guy. I'm going to pluck him out of here. Got a 6'5" dude with a good arm,
Hmm.
accurate. Just all we got to do was just kind of mold him a little bit. He came from a good system, good coaches. You know what I'm saying? It's
If
crazy
his
how Brom is, changing these guys' lives in a year.
if the Saints want to make sure that everything turns right, their defense has to be superb. That is a rookie's best friend. If your defense is
Mhm.
legit, you're gonna have your ups and downs, your bumps, and bruises. They're gonna have throws they do not trust Shuck or whoever to throw. So as long as their
Right.
defense can withstand, and I don't know who the defensive coordinator is, we do, like you say, we do know Kellen is gonna be calling the plays and things like that.
Mhm.
But I mean, go get it. I mean, and I see what CL and all that kind of stuff. But dude, if you can't beat out Rattler, then why did I take you? That
Mhm.
and why did I take you in the second round? Like, I could have waited, something like that. And he got everybody, well, they should have took Shador for what? I mean, apparently Kellen Moore, like you said, he wanted this guy. So it's
Mhm.
his time. So and I get yeah, I mean, but you know what? They are people, fans are fanatics. They turn on you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's why they call fanatics. So it makes no
Right.
difference. You get in there and as long as I'm gonna say this, as long as it doesn't look like Carr's brother when he was at Texans, when he was getting
Right.
killed, and gun shy, he was getting smacked around. Yeah, but that was more of line play. You know what I'm saying? That was more of all that kind of stuff. His stuff sucked. As long as it doesn't look like it, cool. But hey, man, go get it, bro. I mean, your
Yeah.
time is now. Let's get it.
And I even heard Drew Brees say good things about him as well. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, good for him. He's got an offensive minded coach.
Yeah.
That's the best thing for a quarterback. Because if you got that defensive minded coach, you stuck. Cowboys at Eagles to open the season. Let's get it right off the dribble. I cannot wait
Yeah.
for this big time. Hopefully no injuries in the in the preseason, nothing like that. Let's go, my guy. Let's get it. The Eagles, yeah. That tush push is going to be taken away too. Let's go. Let's go. And we and we got that demon Pickens with us now too. Oh, let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it. I'm ready, man. I'm
Yes,
ready
yes.
right now. I'm ready right now. And I love how
You ready
the
right now?
I'm ready right now. Hey, I'm ready, and I'm so happy that the NFL gets it right. They don't do all that stuff, bro. They put heavy hitters out there from the get go. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, don't I know?
when you win, yeah, when you win the championship, oh yeah, yeah, you get one of them dogs. Let's get it. Let's you're the
Every
champion.
time.
Let's go ahead and put the championship shit up. Let's go. But you have to play Buffalo. Oh, you got to play Baltimore. Oh, you got to play. Yeah, let's get it. So yeah, this should be a fun game. And I see that they've been leaking out more things. I know y'all got a Christmas game. I see where y'all done petitioned to play every Christmas. Yeah, what the hell is that about? Like, y'all done petitioned like, hey, we want to be a Christmas team. Hey,
I don't know,
if
man.
if that means you win, you win. It is what it is.
I don't know about the just scared. I don't know, man. I'm not. I don't know. I don't understand it either. it's apparently they just they want their children to have a good time. I don't. I just it makes
Yeah,
no sense to me. I can't. I don't know, man.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
And,
different
and we're playing the
Thanksgiving.
Broncos too.
The new and improved Broncos. Yeah,
Good improved Broncos and a division rivalry. So
yeah. They like to stick it to you no matter what. So it should be fun no matter what. Here we go. Now I saw this and I was like, Rodgers better fit for Saints than the Steelers. I'm gonna say this. It makes no difference. It really makes no difference. I think the Steelers is the better fit. I don't think nobody's a good fit for him, but I think you roll with Steelers just because if you're the Saints, you got a new coaching staff, you got a new quarterback. You do not want Aaron Rodgers to mess this shit up, and he would throw a monkey wrench in your stuff. And if I'm a Steelers fan, I don't want him on my team either. Like let's retire, just retire. So I'm selling it. I don't think either way. I don't think either team. I think they needed to go ahead and let him just hit the road, Jack. Go to one of them caves. Go on back in there and do what you got to do. I don't know. I'm just tired of the Rogers thing, man.
I'm dude. I am so tired of this. It's like a soap opera, man. It's just like this is dumb. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I did like a soap opera here and there, but this situation here is stupid. You know what I mean? They're like, just let them. They need to just let him go. Just kind of fade away into the background, kind of like that Homer Simpson meme where he just backs off into the bushes.
Ooh. Let
Yeah,
the bushes
that's
swallow
what
them.
the exactly. That's what it is happening to Aaron Rodgers at this point, man. I don't know how the league sees him. I do know how fans see him, and the fans see him as basically a toxic dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you don't need that kind of toxicity in your locker room. Just go, let him go, man. Is it now? Am I buying or selling? Is he a better fit for the Saints than the Steelers? I don't know who he's a better fit for. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who he's a fit for. Now, again, I think he's with if he goes to the Saints, like you said, with a kind of more offensive minded coach. But I think Rodgers is still going to be Rodgers, and Rodgers is still going to do what he thinks is going to be the best thing for the
Mhm.
team at that particular time. So again, I don't think it ultimately matters. But he's and like you said, I think he's better off going with the Steelers than
Yeah.
anything because I think you're going to a defensive minded team in hopes that what I'm saying you can be able to ball out on offense and they just kind of let you do what you do.
Is Tomlin a lame duck? Because my thing is this: that quarterback room is horrible. It's horrible, right? We know that they defenses they smack you, they beat you up. The running game, that's what they're known for. But they done had some great quarterbacks. only great thing about Rodgers is his name, his past. We seen what it looked like with the Jets and all this kind of stuff, bro. There's nothing different, nothing new. The end of his Green Bay, he was skipping balls. Like, why would you even entertain that? Like, you know, if you was looking for a quarterback, maybe you should have got Shador. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying for with the Steelers. And if you're tied to the hip for this guy, then shame on you because my career or my last season with the Steelers is not going to be hooked up attached to Rodgers. I'm sorry. I, I
Right.
I'm not going out like that. I'm sorry. I'm not. Like you got Mason Rudolph and then a whole bunch of dudes that you like. What is going on? Like so like you know I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know, bro. And I feel sorry for him, but I mean, hell, he all he does is win, right? No losing record. So I guess that it is what it is. He does got a championship, so you can never take that away from him. And I know the fans get tired of him, but he has a championship. Travis Hunter will be a better receiver than DB by ourselves.
Oh, I'm going to buy.
Mm.
I think a lot of the DBs, a lot of the wide receivers as a DB he would go up against is just going to be too big and strong for him.
Mm.
Maybe at this particular juncture, but I think he's better off using his skill and speed and great hands as a wide receiver to try to get around some of these bigger guys that's going to be defending him as well. But to stay in front of a Metcalf, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying that they would put him there,
Right,
obviously,
right, right.
but that kind of you know what I'm saying these kind of players that
These big
this ain't
boys.
Colorado. Yeah, this ain't Colorado no more.
Right,
You know what I'm saying that every receiver out there is a threat. And every receiver out there is either strong and physical or will route you up.
right. Nah,
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
yeah, I think he'll be a better wide receiver because I think he's got great hands and I think he can route somebody up.
right. Now I'm bet you I can go that route big time. Is this going to be interesting to see how that plays off with Lawrence? So we'll see with that. All right, man. What you leaving the people with today?
Hey man, I wish everybody happy the week. Hope everybody does well and flourishes. And I will see y'all again soon.
Uh, yeah, what he said. Nah, hope everybody does well and a great week. Hope, like I said, all the mothers had a beautiful day yesterday. Once again, got to see my sisters get their doctorate on Friday, so both of them got theirs on Friday up in Lex. So that was an honor to see that. So I'm very proud of my sisters for doing that. Um, it is what it is. God bless. We out. Peace. If I can find it. Peace.